Well, it's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. And I have with me in the studio Political Technocrat Dr. Dayo Kayode and Public Affairs Analyst Ambrose Igboke. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning.
Good morning, Veronica. Greeting from one of your viewers. Definitely be watching us now. He saw me last week.
Right.
And I was so excited that, oh, look at the people that always make his
What's
day.
the person's name?
Mr. Fasha King.
Good morning, Mr. Fasha King.
From UK.
All right, let's head straight to the papers now. And I begin with the Leadership newspaper. 398 days to go. Pressure mounts on President Muhammadu Buhari National Assembly to pass electoral bill. 398 days to go. Pressure mounts on President Muhammadu Buhari National Assembly to pass electoral bill. You find all of the details on the pages of the Leadership newspaper. To the Daily Times now. Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Governors not against direct primary. We want options. Governor Sule. More problems will be created if we adopt direct primary now. Jega speaking there. And to this Nigerian newspaper, 2023 power tussle. PDP governors strategize on how to knock out APC. Meeting Port Harcourt say Nigeria needs to be rescued. To the Nigerian News Direct, 2023 consultations. Eliminate bandits, terrorists, Tinubu tells Buhari, extends consultation to Northwest, says Nigeria would surmount challenges, assures of victory in presidential election. To the First News newspaper convention, APC governors meet to harmonize plans. And to the Business Day, Nigeria's presidents since 1999 have mixed legacies. You find the details on the pages of the Business Day. To the Daily Trust, leakages continue despite TSA implementation. How agency heads, civil servants bypass system. Federal government sets up review committee. Why government should strengthen TSA. To the Abuja Inquirer, FCT area councils may go moribund if FCT bullying us. AMAC chair alleges they seized 700 million naira. Details on the pages of the Abuja Inquirer. To the Punch newspaper now. Fuel subsidy crisis. States kick as NMPC continues deduction. FAAC meets Wednesday. Deductions not justifiable, says Delta. States, federal government may clash. Subsidy not under our control, says NNPC. And on the front page of the Daily Independent now, CBN may tighten monetary policy to halt reserves depletion. It will strengthen Naira, attract foreign investments. Analysts speaking. And finally, on the front page of the national economy, what Nigeria must do to attract foreign investments in 2022. Experts. What Nigeria must do to attract foreign investments in 2022. All right, gentlemen. Let's quickly look at developments. Just yesterday, the APC governors met, and they have decided that February is going to be the day, the convention, although no specific date. And then they have also, passed a vote of confidence on the Buni-led team for the convention. And it seems that activities have begun with regards to the party. There's been so many issues going on before now. There were those who were for and against the February date or the February month for the convention, but it now seems that all of them are now on the same page to agree that the convention should hold in February. And for you, I wonder what this means for the party, quickly.
Well, first of all, it signals that the party is now ready to take the bull by the horn. And I'm not surprised because the announcement of Ahmed Bola Tinubu last week, as I predicted, will set off a lot of catalytic chain of actions in the political circle, even outside the party. So, because before then, the party has been dilly-dallying. I mean, they were supposed to have it last year. They pushed it. There was no date. As at last week, there was no date. So now they have fixed the date. There are stories of the various intrigues of political blocs, different interests going on in the party, and that's why the delay was orchestrated. But right now they have fixed the party. So coming in March, from March, that is where the fireworks will start. Because right now, after a lot of intrigues will go, then the candidates will emerge at the convention. The committees, National Working Committee, chairman, and then the members will emerge. And those people have a lot of things to do towards the primaries that we come up later in the year. So it's a political battle. It's a very serious one. Since Adams Oshomole was edged out almost 2 years ago, we found out that the party has been run by caretaker, which is in itself an aberration. Right. And then it's even more absurd that a sitting governor is actually chairing a political party. That is absurdity taken to a new
But now
height.
they've voted, they've passed a vote of confidence on him.
It doesn't matter whether you vote the confidence. You don't vote confidence in. Confidence manifests itself. So it is when you are having issues that you start voting confidence. Confidence itself is a manifest reality. It's a manifest phenomenon. You don't vote it in. You see it in action. So it is when leaders think that they are shaky in their disposition or in their pedigree among members that they start asking some member to vote confidence. So that should not even arise. When you're doing well, you have confidence. There's a vote of confidence from man and God. But when you're not doing well, you start looking for people to, because it's an aberration. It doesn't happen. Elected political leaders in the states and local government or federal level cannot be running political parties. So who checks who? Right. So that is so because of that, it has been a moral burden on the APC and Boni himself, and that is why he's looking for a vote of confidence. So come after the convention, we'll now see the real fireworks. I will not be surprised if there will splinter groups. People will leave the party after that. Aggrieved voices will leave. There will be new political alignments and realignments. Absolutely. New political parties will emerge. The undercurrents. We already know that INEC has received a lot of interest from a lot of political groups. Some of those groups will transform into political parties come 2023. And some of them are just waiting in the wings for the political people who are disaffected by the major political parties to key into those new groups. And then the fireworks of 2023 will properly start. Right. Let's get your perspective to this development.
Yeah, you see, I only disagree in an area with my brother here as regards that the declaration of BAT as really is the one that is now making them to maybe fix the date, and then some people are now towing the line and all that. No, it's not. Don't be surprised that some people might be waiting in the wings, and then they are now using tricks that look, okay, yeah, we align with you, but at the end of the day, they want that convention to hold, because what they are waiting for is that convention to hold, for them to be able to cut the back of those they are planning to cut. That is one. Two, you see, APC as a party in itself is formed by people of different interests. It's also formed by some people who thought they couldn't achieve what they intended then to achieve where they were, and they decide to also come to APC. So it's a kind of a bed of strange fellows. And since the inception of APC in governance, it has one way or the other be affecting this party in all its ramifications. What threw up Oshomole that he mentioned? It was out of malice too that threw him up. Because some people thought that, look, we don't want Oshomole there. I mean, we want Oshomole so that he can play our biddings. And some are now saying, look, this person that is there is the person we actually voting for, because he is the one playing our biddings. Why? Because they are individuals of different interests without a common philosophy, which a party should have. When a party is having a common philosophy, you will see them towing party lines at all times without any veering away. Even sometimes when policies of government, when policies of the party is not favoring a group of people within the party, because they believe in that philosophy of that party, that's what we call party loyalty. They will still stay there without leaving. Or like by the time APC is now able to organize its primaries, you see that a lot of people will still move away from that party.
No more loyalty.
Yeah. Now, what we are now saying is this. We are waiting. Everybody in the country is waiting for APC to have its convention the way PDP has had its own convention. You know that the PDP's convention had no rancor among them. It's something that they have sat down among themselves, sort out gray areas, and by the time they came out, I mean, it was just...
But with the harmonizing of the plans by the governors and those who met, the working committee that met, do you still see that there might be issues at the end of the day?
What I'm saying, it's the same thing we are saying. That even though they are harmonizing needs in politics, sometimes in Yoruba land they say "Boroju mi ori no mi." Okay. Do you understand? When you are seeing people's faces, when you see them talking, when you see them agree to something, do you know what is inside of them?
Yeah, Shakespeare put it. He said that there's no art of reading the mind's construction on the face.
Sorry, you don't say me. I don't read. Do you understand? You don't know what is inside of them. Not until when we have that convention as successful as that of APC, I mean as that of PDP, and then one or two other parties that have done their convention, they will now be able to say, oh, APC has grown. But I bet you, I doubt it, if after that convention, APC will be the same again.
That's a strong one there.
I doubt. I use that word, I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it.
You doubt it. Is that you share the same view?
I've already said it. Yeah. I don't even talk about doubting it. I know it. I mean, there will be aggrieved people.
There will be aggrieved parties.
And naturally, this
and
is
then big wigs.
They are not tied there. So you people move from there. If you feel disaffection, or some of them will feel betrayed. Some will feel disaffected. Some will feel that they no longer have a say in a party, and they will leave. And the beauty of democracy is that you are not tied to
a party.
So especially in Nigeria, where there's no party loyalty, but loyalty to self. So what you do is they will migrate to other structures.
And a lot of mudslinging have started.
Yeah, so let's see how things pan out.
It's a natural phenomenon. It's nothing strange.
It's not strange.
It's not. So it's something that goes on.
Let's see how things pan out in February. But then the party will want to see that its interest is at the end of the day, because they have their attention on that seat. They wouldn't want to let it go when it comes to the presidency. They wouldn't want to let that.
No, because the chairman of the party has a lot of influence.
Right.
You know, in the people that constitute the executive of National Working Committee and the chairman, we wield a lot of influence in the primaries. So the battle is actually towards the battle for the primaries of the party.
The mistake we are making is this. Buni, who has put him there? We have to asterisk that. Whose interest is it there? Is it there to serve? Again, who is going to conduct that particular convention? Who is going to be at the helm of affairs when that convention is being conducted?
Right.
Again, will the person heading that convention not influence the result of that convention? What comes out? Will he not put those that will continue in his own ideology? Will he not put those people there? Again, when you now look at APC, you're going to see that there are strong elements from different sides of political divides in that place, forming that caucus. Okay, I don't want to say what somebody said when we're coming to this studio. You know, just a person can say, "Hey." So you people, you have decided to come up with such a thing against this personality. And it's a big personality. Do you understand? So by the time, I'm not going to mention it, by the time all those things start to play out,
right,
even before the convention, you will see what will happen. It's a pity.
But the history of convention in Nigeria, party convention, is very interesting. you don't actually cannot predict. We have
But
seen
sorry, it hasn't been as funny as what we are expecting in APC now. This is a different ball game.
There's nothing new.
In 24 hours, anything can happen.
In fact, in the night of the convention,
Anything
by
can
the
happen.
next morning, you are seeing something differently. Look, it happened even in the APC convention in 2014 towards the 2015 election. Under how many hours things changed. So you can scheme all you want as the party caretaker chairman or whoever you are at the convention ground where the delegates are. You can tell them to vote from your state, control them, but when they get there, especially if it is a ballot system where you don't even know who voted for what, then things change drastically.
But don't you know that? Don't you know that people are learning day in, day out, and they know that yes, it can be like that. They also will want to tighten their own nose.
But you cannot separate what they learn
If
from
it's a
their
ballot,
That is especially, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. What they are going to learn. Okay, let me give you this instance. Look at our constitution. I always tell people, honestly speaking, our constitution is still as good as good. But so unfortunate. People always interpret that constitution to suit whatever they want it.
interest.
They want it to serve. The interest they want it to serve. Do you understand? So also, when it comes to convention, especially the people at the helm of affairs, they will want to control the results. Look at what has just happened in Ekiti. Look at what has just happened in Ekiti.
so it's not new.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are issues.
When
So
the leaders try to
everybody-
control it, the dynamics
Change.
of the situation,
Change.
sometimes the
It keeps
leaders just they are amiss because they cannot even fathom what has happened under 3 hours. With all the calculations and permutation over months, and then in hours, the dynamics, the paradigm shifts, and then they are even at loss. So when it comes to the history of convention in Nigeria, if you do a study of conventions in Nigeria from the 1998 convention of PDP in Jos,
Even when you-
and all
when
those, you will find out that you cannot actually predict anything until the
It is
results
done.
are released. That is what happens
see-
always.
No,
Because
you see, because now we have people that always make their interest known. Not hidden now, known. In those days, 79, when you look at the one is 79 in UPN, then, I mean, MPN2, you're going to see that those are real politicians that you can hardly predict where they are going.
But you just
But
said
now-
that what they say, you don't know what's in their mind.
Yeah, but I said those are the people that even coin out that statement, and they coin it out.
Even up to now, that's
but
still what happens.
But now you can easily predict. We that reads them, we that follows them all of the time. Do you understand? We can easily predict this is likely to happen. This is likely.
those are
to happen.
permutations
Exactly.
that we do, but they are not, the political actors are not the ones saying it. So it also lies down that the presidency, for
But
example,
the political actors, who are the people giving them?
Like the
who are the
president.
people even giving them the policies, the whole thing they use?
like the
It's a
president
way.
Right.
may have a preferred candidate. He's keeping it to his chest.
Yes.
The other
He said-
gladiators
he
have their
said
own
it now.
candidates. They're keeping it
To
to
their
their
chest.
chest. Now, it is when on the convention that everybody are making their subterranean moves to try to convince, to try to woo, to try to persuade, to try to influence, even to try to induce. These are
That
the
is
these
the
are
real
the
word.
things that,
It's
that
the
no,
just-
all is in a mix. So you it's a mix that use the different ones. Now, then we use the stick and carrot approach. Some are intimidated, some are blackmailed. So there are different things that come in the mix in all those things. But when you tell somebody and somebody is nodding his head, don't worry. It is actually in that convention that you know whether you'll be worried.
You'll be worried Oh my goodness.
All right. Because of time, your final word, because we need to quickly.
Yes,
wrap up.
whatever comes out of the convention is even none of my own issue. My own major concern is the politicians. They must live to their biddings. Nigerians need dividends of democracy, not in terms of all these fake deliverables that they are giving, but in real terms. That is, our standard of living needs to be improved. People are living in abject poverty, no good roads, health in shambles, education, nothing to write home about. no pipe water and all that. So the politicians must, as a matter of urgency, look at all this and ensure that next dispensation Nigerians will have better dividends of democracy being delivered
to them.
Well, a good democracy is anchored on good party politics, because in Nigeria, as it's configured, there are no independent candidates.
Right,
so
yeah.
it is the political parties that throw up those who will become our political elected leaders. Therefore, people must pay attention to what happens at the party level, because it is this at this party level that will throw up the options that you want to be your leaders. So the APC members should, you know, there was a time they did registration of, they updated their register last year, in this. So it is time to actually look up and say, don't make sure that your leaders that have been through are those who will give you a fair background, a fair challenge that will be, you know, good to everybody, that will open up the field of play and that will not emasculate you, but open up the democratic space so that those who have what it takes can be thrown up as the party leaders and eventually their flag bearers.
Right. Public Affairs Analyst Ambrose Igboke and Dr. Dayo Kayode, Political Technocrats. Gentlemen, thank you for your time on the Newspaper Review.
A pleasure.